In a small, picturesque village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a man named Samuel. Samuel was an unassuming figure in the village, known for his quiet demeanor and his peculiar fascination with old books and dusty manuscripts. He spent most of his days working as a librarian, caring for the ancient tomes that lined the shelves of the village library. One sunny afternoon, a letter arrived at Samuel's doorstep. The envelope was yellowed with age and bore a seal that he didn't recognize. Curiosity piqued. He opened the letter to find that it was from a distant relative, someone he had never met or even heard of before. The letter informed Samuel that his great-uncle, a reclusive scholar named Elijah, had passed away, leaving behind a vast collection of books and documents. The letter went on to explain that Samuel was the sole heir to his great-uncle's estate, which included a grand old mansion on the outskirts of the village. This news was both surprising and bewildering to Samuel, as he had always thought himself to be the last living member of his family. He decided to accept the inheritance and embarked on a journey to the mansion. As Samuel approached the mansion, he was struck by its grandeur. It was a sprawling, ivy-covered structure that seemed to have been frozen in time. The place was an architectural marvel, with intricate carvings and towering spires. The overgrown garden was filled with exotic plants and flowers, tended to by a diligent gardener who had remained loyal to Elijah all these years. Inside the mansion, Samuel was greeted by the musty smell of old books and the dim light of countless candles. It was a labyrinthine collection of rooms, each filled with books, manuscripts, and artifacts from around the world. It was a treasure trove of knowledge, and Samuel was overwhelmed by the wealth of information at his fingertips. But as Samuel delved deeper into his inheritance, he began to uncover the mysteries of his great-uncle's life. Elijah had been an eccentric scholar, dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and the unraveling of enigmas. He had traveled to far-flung corners of the globe, studying ancient civilizations, deciphering forgotten languages, and collecting relics of bygone eras. Among the countless volumes in the mansion, Samuel discovered a journal kept by Elijah. As he read through its pages, he learned of his great-uncle's quest for a legendary artifact known as the Eye of Eternity. The artifact was said to possess immense power, capable of granting its possessor immortality. Driven by a newfound sense of purpose, Samuel decided to continue Elijah's quest. He embarked on a journey of his own, retracing his great-uncle's footsteps, deciphering cryptic clues, and uncovering hidden truths. Along the way, he encountered ancient riddles, faced perilous challenges, and forged unlikely alliances with fellow seekers of the Eye. Years passed, and Samuel's quest became an obsession. He learned to read the stars, decipher ancient scrolls, and speak languages long forgotten. He traversed deserts, scaled mountains, and explored hidden temples, but in the end, it was not the Eye of Eternity that he found. It was a profound understanding of the world, and the knowledge that some mysteries were never meant to be unraveled. Samuel returned to the village, not as an heir to a grand estate, but as a humble librarian once more. He shared the tales of his adventures and the wisdom he had gained with the villagers, enriching their lives with knowledge and wonder. In the end, it was not the artifact that mattered, but the journey of discovery itself that had transformed Samuel into a man of great wisdom and compassion. And so, in that small, picturesque village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, the legacy of Samuel, the librarian adventurer, lived on, reminding all who knew him that sometimes the greatest treasures could be found in the pursuit of knowledge and the mysteries of the world.
The summer of my junior year in high school was marked by our relentless pursuit of adventure, and our fearless group of friends had a reputation for seeking out the eeriest locales. That summer, the legend of Ashford House had piqued our curiosity, an old, abandoned mansion that had long been rumored to be haunted. Nestled on the outskirts of our sleepy town, Ashford House stood as a decaying relic of a bygone era, shrouded in chilling tales of apparitions and unexplained phenomena. Our fascination with the paranormal drove us to plan an overnight visit, armed with flashlights, a backpack filled with snacks, and an array of spine-tingling ghost stories. The balmy summer evening hung heavy with humidity as we approached the mansion. Its far A-section-aid, obscured by overgrown ivy and shattered windows, exuded an ominous aura. Yet, our youthful bravado masked any inklings of fear, and we ventured inside. Within the mansion's forsaken halls, the air bore a musty, ancient scent, and the soft creaking of rotting floorboards intensified the eerie atmosphere. Our laughter and whispered exchanges echoed through the echoing corridors as we shared macabre tales handed down through generations. Hours slipped by unnoticed as we explored the mansion's shadowy recesses, each room revealing its own ghostly secrets. The muffled sounds of wind and distant, unidentifiable noises played tricks on our senses, heightening the sense of foreboding that enveloped us. As the clock edged toward midnight, we gathered in the grand hall, its chandelier sparkling dimly with refracted moonlight. Seated in a circle, we traded stories of the supernatural, eager to test our mettle against the spirits that were said to haunt this forsaken place. Suddenly, a mournful wail pierced the stillness, a sound akin to a woman's anguished weeping. Goosebumps prickled on our skin as we fell silent, frozen in fear. The sorrowful cry seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves, as if the mansion itself mourned. Driven by morbid curiosity and an undying need to uncover the truth, we embarked on a chilling journey to locate the source of the haunting cries. The wails led us to a narrow, winding staircase that descended into the heart of the mansion, and our flashlights cut through the cold, damp air. At the staircase's base, we encountered an ancient wooden door, cracked open just enough to allow our entrance. Beyond the threshold, we discovered a chamber shrouded in shadows. In its center, a well, its stone walls glistening with moss, stood as the epicenter of a chilling mystery. Beside the well knelt a spectral figure, a young woman with tangled hair and a tattered white gown, her anguish reflected in her mournful cries. She paid no heed to our presence, lost in her melancholy. Fear gripped us, but we couldn't look away from her torment. The girl appeared to be ensnared in a tragic eternity, her cries reverberating through the chamber. We wavered between fleeing and attempting to console her. Summoning our courage, we edged closer, offering soft words of comfort. As we drew near, the spectral maiden lifted her head, revealing empty, hollow eyes that chilled us to the bone. With a deafening, blood-curdling scream, she lunged toward us, her frigid fingers outstretched. Panic-stricken, we scrambled back up the stairs, fleeing the basement and Ashford House. Our sprint did not cease until we had distanced ourselves significantly from the accursed mansion. The harrowing encounter remained etched in our minds, a stark reminder that some enigmas were best left unsolved. Years have passed since that fateful night at Ashford House, yet I still grapple with the unexplained. It instilled in me a profound belief in the supernatural and a lasting respect for the mysteries that defy rational understanding. Whether it was the restless spirit of the mansion's former occupant or a darker malevolence, I knew one thing for certain: Ashford House held secrets that transcended the realm of the living, and it was a place where the boundaries between this world and the next blurred into darkness.